Hi, welcome to Copenhagen. Thanks for dropping in. Hope everybody is doing well. Today I am unbagging Colourful Wolf from Amazon. So a few months ago I was ordering some things on Amazon and the total was just a little bit below enough to get free delivery. So usually when that happens, what I do is I just browse diamond paintings and just pick something at random. So that's what I did this time, and I chose this one. I've called it Colourful Wolf. It didn't actually have a name, but you'll see why I called it that once I open it up. So it came in the cardboard envelope, but it had a few other things, so I've taken it out, and this is how it is packaged. It is just sort of semi-folded, semi-rolled, and has this clear bag. We have a barcode on it and reference number, and it just says 5D diamond something in a foreign language, DIY 30 by 40, and you can see here it says item Q2503. That is the name, just a reference number, so we don't actually have a title, and the size 30 by 40, so 30 centimeters across, 40 centimeters down. So we'll have a look inside the bag. So it's got a glue strip here, so just a matter of opening that. I don't need to cut it, hopefully, and just slide it out the bag, maybe. Yep, nearly. So that is it. Very simple packaging, no box, no tube inside to keep the canvas rolled or anything like that. As I said, it's sort of folded, rolled slightly, not a sharp crease, so it shouldn't be a problem, but this is normally how you would expect budget diamond paintings to come. It saves them costs on packaging and probably weight as well, so it makes the diamond paintings cheaper for us. So as usual, we'll have a look inside before we actually look at the canvas, see if I can find the drills and the toolkit. So we have the drills. I'll just set it here at the side, and if I can put it out the way, we will have a look at the toolkit. Now, I could have guessed what this was going to be. It is the absolute basic diamond painting tray, the green one. Some people call them boats. And no spout, so it makes it a bit more difficult to pour the drills into containers. Not so bad if you're pouring it into bags. They're wide enough to take the sort of overspill. But if you're trying to pour them into containers, they tend to go over the sides and all over the table. The other thing is the sides are angled. So if you're diamond painting and you accidentally touch the side of the tray, it will flip over very easily. It's very easy to accidentally hit it with your hand when you're going over to get the drills, or maybe when you've picked a drill up and you're moving over. You drop down, your hand touches it, it flips over. The drills all end up on the glue and you've got to spend time picking them all back off and putting them back in the tray. So really just a word of warning for anybody who's new. If you get one of these green trays, just be aware that it will flip over very easily. So absolutely standard green tray. Then we get the absolutely standard pink pen. For some reason the pens, especially in the budget kits, seem to be pink. So all it is a plastic straw, and we have a single placer tip, which if you wiggle you can take out. So you can see if I put it over, it's just a straw, nothing special about it. Then we have the little tip. This is the part that picks up the drills, just pushes into the pen, They always come with the tip in, so you don't need to take them out. It was just really to let you see how basic they are. But the important part is the tip, because this is what picks up your drills. So nothing new there, totally standard. Then we get, surprisingly for this one, I mean it's not that big, but we get 2 pieces of pink wax, which are different. You can see here one is sort of semi-transparent, you can sort of see my finger through it. The other one isn't, it's more solid, so 2 different types of pink wax. This is how you pick up your drills. So all you do is, the pink wax has a clear plastic coating on it. You just peel it back, hold it back, put your finger behind the wax, get your pen, press it into the wax, just like cutting cookies, give it a little spin, take it out, you see there's a hole. So the pink wax is now in the tip of the pen, and this is what you use to pick up your drills. You pour some in the tray, give it a little shake so they flip over and sit the right way up. Then you touch the drill, take it over, touch the diamond painting, and the drill will stick to the glue, which is stronger than the pink wax. So you just put it where it's meant to go, pull back, and the drill will stick to the glue. And basically you just do that a few thousand times and you've built a diamond painting. So simple technique, nothing very complicated. And then we have some baggies, surprisingly. So these bags are used to store spare drills that you've got left at the end. Now the thing is, if we look at the actual canvas, if I can get to the end. Okay, there are 26 colours in this diamond painting, and they've given us 3 bags. So not really enough to put spare drills from each colour in the bags. But if you do more diamond paintings, you get more bags, and eventually you will have quite a few. So only 3 bags, that is one of the least that I've ever had. Just seen another one. So there's actually 4 bags. Normally I would expect somewhere between 15 to 25. I think the most I've had was, it was something like 50 something with one kit. It just depends on the company. So a few bags, absolutely standard kit. This is pretty much the minimal kit. Normally I would expect just 1 square or 1 rectangle of pink wax. This time we've got 2. Why they're different, I have no idea. So put that to the side. And now we will have a look at the drills. They came in a clear bag, which is totally standard. Pretty much all the diamond painting companies package their drills like this. It's got a glue strip along the side, so you just peel that back, and then you can take the drills with it. So I'll put that to the side. And then in this case anyway, it isn't resealable bags, but they are a good size, so it's pretty easy to work from these if you don't have any kind of storage, if you're totally new. I'm just trying to find number 1. Okay, that's a bit different as well. It's funny how sometimes you get things and they just they seem to be a bit of sort of one with one and one with the other, which has happened in this case. So the drills, the bags are numbered. We have a reference number Q2503, which is the code that's on the diamond painting, so you know you've got the drills for the correct kit. So they are round drills, so diamond painting drills are normally either round or square. These ones happen to be round. And just having a quick look through them, see quite a few bags of black. The way they number them is they're in numerical order, which fits the key, which we'll see in a minute. So we have 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. That's because these are all the same colour. So if you get more than one bag's worth, it will just be the next one in sequence. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And this is where it's a bit different, because these bags aren't the same. The number on this bag is big, it's pretty big, it's the number 14 there. But on this string, it's a small number, but it's still Q2503, so that is correct. So this one finished at 18, this one starts at 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So we have 26 colours. So just have a look at the actual drills. When I get them, I always check just to see if they're nice and loose in the bag. These are. They're not sticking to the bag, so no static. The drills, most of them have a little dimple in the back. It doesn't really matter, but I always feel that good quality drills have a flat base, they don't have a dimple in them, and the better drills are just a better quality, more shiny, but these will be fine. It's just these are what I would say the sort of standard that I would expect from a budget kit, but they will stick, they should be fine. No problems with them. Round, so no problems with little bits sticking out. It's normally squares that you have that sort of problem. I'll just have a quick skim through so you can see the colours. So some nice greens there, and we've got red, orange, yellow, different shades, and good old black, some bright yellow and purple. So the drills look fine, nothing wrong with them. The bags are a good size. Again, if you're totally new to diamond painting, if you get a kit with bags this size, it's really easy to just cut along the top of the bag, pour out some drills, use what you need, pour the rest back in, and then fold it over, use a little piece of tape and just stick it down until you need to use them again. You won't have a problem pouring drills into bags this size with this tray. If you put it in the bag and then just tip it up, it's wide enough to take the tray, so no problems with that either. So everything looks fine. Now we'll get to the actual canvas. As I said, it didn't have a name, it was just a picture. I saw it and I liked it. We've got a little thumbnail here, and it is a wolf's head. A lot of colour in it, dark background. I quite like that. I like the dark backgrounds and then brighter colours, because the black background really makes the colour stand out. And again, it's 30 by 40. So if we open it up, we'll see what it actually is. So not too big, good size if you're new to diamond painting. Not such a major project, it's not going to take months to do. Good amount of colour, and that's why I went for it. I do like diamond paintings with a lot of colour in them, so I'll just try and move the light a bit so we can see it better. That's better. So as I said, it's a wolf's face. We have some flowers here in the background as well. We have the key 1 to 26, so 26 colours. Then we have the next column is the symbols that are on the picture, so you know where to place the drills. And then we have the DMC code. This is a standard way of numbering specific colours. The one that I normally mention is 310. If you see DMC 310, it is black. And if you have any other kit from any other company that uses DMC codes, 310 will always be black. 666 will always be lava red. So if you keep the spares and you put a little label on the bag of the DMC code, if you're doing a kit in the future, you run out of a colour, you can check your spares, check the DMC code, see if you have the one that's missing. If you do, you can use them. So handy to keep, definitely handy to know. If you don't have the DMC code, all you know is it's red, for example, but you don't know which shade of red. All of the colours have multiple shades. You don't just get red and yellow and blue. There are various shades, and you really need to know which shade it is. So that's why they have specific numbers to each colour. So that's pretty much it. Now we'll talk about the canvas. Standard budget canvas. It has been sort of semi-folded, semi-rolled. Doesn't look too bad if I sit it like that, but if I turn it over and we turn it in the light, you can see these waves, and this piece is basically pointing straight up. So the first thing that you want to do before you start diamond painting is to flatten this canvas, and the easiest way that I've found anyway is to get some heavy books, like big heavy encyclopedias, if you still have encyclopedias, just any heavy books, and just set them on top of it and leave it for a few days. When you take the books off, you'll find that the canvas is nice and flat. You want to do that because if you diamond paint on this, when you finish, the canvas will still have waves in it, and it means that the drills will reflect the light at different angles instead of it being flat. And when you walk past, you will see peaks. You'll see the reflection is like a stripe, which you don't want. You want the reflections to be random. That happens when the canvas is flat. So first thing, get rid of the bumps. Heavy books, a few days, take it off, turn it over. It's the easiest way to see them. Look at the back, and if you can still see waves, put the books back on, give it another few days. Shouldn't really take that long. The canvas is typical budget canvas, very stiff, starchy sort of feel to it, but it doesn't matter really. Once you flatten it, it'll be fine. This is poured glue, so we don't have any problems with air bubbles and creases. So if we take the clear cover off, the diamond paintings always have a clear cover to stop anything touching the glue. So this part, you can hear that, very tacky. That's what you want. Put this back just so we don't get anything on it. So you should never take the cover off and just leave the picture sitting somewhere, because guaranteed something is going to land on it, whether it's feathers, hair, dust, pieces of paper. People accidentally put paper on it, that sort of thing. Try and keep it covered when you're not working on it, and even when you are working on it, work on small sections at a time. Don't open the whole thing up. You're just asking for something to go wrong and something to stick to it. The way that I would do it, if I didn't have release paper, talk about that in a different video. Well, I've spoke about that in different videos, but I'm just thinking about the beginner. If you get a kit like this, you don't have anything, it's a good idea to get masking tape, the stuff that you put around the borders when you're painting things. And what to do is, if I can find the end, make a grid. So again, you wouldn't do this until the canvas was flat, because but it's just to explain it. So what I would do is get some masking tape, decide what size of sections I want to work. So I would probably maybe put it there, put one here, and then do maybe one there, one there. So then I've got a grid pattern on top of the cover. And the reason that I would do that is if you want to work an area, say I want to work an area maybe this sort of size, what you would do is peel back the cover. You could do that, peel back the cover and just work it, but it's easier to work section by section. So if you've got a grid, you can cut up the center of the tape. It keeps the cut nice and straight. If you don't do that and you try and cut this, it's just like cellophane. When you start to cut, the cut will start to wander and go all over the place. So to keep it nice and straight, put some tape down, cut along the tape, and then you can open a section without opening up the whole thing, and you can concentrate on placing drills on the section. Once that's full, it won't be sticky because the drills will be on it. Then you can cut your next section, open that up, work on that, and just work it like that, section by section. That's how most people would diamond paint. But again, it's really important that you flatten the canvas before you do anything. If you put your tape on and just start working on it, as I said, you're going to get these waves, which will be really annoying when you hang it up on the wall and you start to see all these white lines going along. The idea is nice and flat, and then you get the sparkles, the random sparkles, like it should be. So that is pretty much that. We've got 8 step-by-step instructions on how to diamond paint. Again, if you're totally new, very small print. How good the translation is going to be, it varies quite a bit. It's basically, I think they put it into Google Translate from Chinese to English. Sometimes it doesn't make a lot of sense. I would recommend, if you're thinking about starting to diamond paint, you go on YouTube and you just search how to diamond paint would be a good start. Or diamond painting for beginners, or diamond painting tips. Watch some videos. It makes a lot more sense when you're actually watching somebody do it and they're explaining what they're doing. So if you watch a few videos, you start to get a really good idea. That's what I did before I started. I watched a lot of videos, picked up a lot of information, and it made things a lot easier. So I didn't get caught out, like I didn't take all the cover off the diamond painting and open it up. Things happen in life. I've heard things like the mum is working on the diamond painting, she's got a big area exposed, and one in particular, I think it was her little girl, had been drawing and came up to show her mum the drawing and put it down on the glue, and the paper sticks to the glue. So yeah, that was a problem. I remember somebody said one time they were sort of working from home and diamond painting at the same time, and they accidentally put an invoice down on the glue. So that's a bit more of a problem. If you've got pets, cats and dogs, cats a lot of hair. Cats have got a habit of jumping up to see what you're doing. Again, you're going to get hair on the glue, then you're going to have to get a pair of tweezers to try and pick the hairs off. Not really the most enjoyable thing for diamond painting. So again, try and keep your sections small and work on small sections at a time, and there's less chance of things sticking to it. So that is pretty much it. But what I'll do now is we'll have a closer look at the print to see how good it is. Can we read the symbols? Are they nice and clear? Is there any double print, misprint, faded print? Anything like that. So I'll set up and we'll have a closer look. So now we're having a closer look, so we can see the symbols, we can see how clear they are. I don't see any problems reading this at all. The white lines that you can see are just light reflections on the clear cover, and again it's because the canvas is wavy. I haven't flattened it yet, but as we go down we can see the symbols look fine. I don't see any problems reading them at all. So now we're just getting down to the wolf's fiery eyes. but you can see how there is a lot of colour in this, a lot of contrast against the black background. That was what caught my attention. Just a very bright, colourful, reasonably straightforward diamond painting. I think 30 by 40 would be a good size. It's round drills, which are easier because you don't have to line them up the same way you do squares, and it's faster. Round drills are slightly bigger than squares, so there's actually less drills to place, but I think the overall look of this is going to look really good. You can see how we've got these bright greens again against the dark background. The wolf's eyes are quite fiery looking. Just the way the colours have been put down. Then we've got the reds, looks like flame. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really nice diamond painting. Can't see any problems with it. As I said, the main thing is flatten the canvas before you start. That would be the number one thing. So that was Colourful Wolf, as I called it, from Amazon. The thing is, I ordered it from Amazon.de, which is in Germany, because I live in Denmark and the Amazon.de is the closest. We don't have an Amazon.dk, at least not yet. So as I said, what I do is if I'm buying stuff on Amazon and I'm just a bit short of the free delivery, I just search for diamond paintings and just see if there's anything that catches my attention. I've found that because I only do this once in a while, when I do go and search, I find different diamond paintings from the last time. I find new stuff that wasn't there the last time I looked. Whether that's the same on Amazon.com, I have no idea. I'm pretty sure Amazon.com will have a much wider range of diamond paintings. They are pretty few on Amazon.de, but every now and again I see something that I like. This was one. As I said, I just like the image. I like the dark background with the bright colours. I think it's going to look really nice when it's done. As I said, the first thing that you want to do with kits like this, the budget kits that come wrapped up like that, is you want to flatten the canvas. So just some heavy books on top, a few days. I've never actually timed it. Normally I'll leave them for maybe 4 or 5 days, like a week. That might be too long, I don't know, but normally after that time they're absolutely flat. And because I'm working on a kit, I'm not in any desperate rush to start this one. So I usually put them under books at the weekend, and then the next weekend I take the books off and they're flat, and then I just keep them stored flat until I'm ready to do them. Budget kit, that's all I can say. Budget tray, budget pen, budget pen, standard pen. A lot of companies just have the pink pen. Sometimes you'll get it's clear, sometimes you'll get it's blue. And one company in particular, it's various colours, you get random colours, but basically they're all the same. It's the same tube diameter, plastic tube, little single placer. So just totally standard. Got 2 squares of pink wax that definitely will be plenty for this one. I won't even use 1 square. It's kind of weird that I got one sort of semi-transparent pink and one a darker pink. Normally it's different companies will have, like one company the wax will be sort of see-through-ish, but to have both in the same kit was a bit unusual. The numbering on the bags was a bit unusual as well. The first string, the number, like from 1 to 26, I had to look at it. The first string, the number was pretty big, and then the second string it was small. Why? No idea. Doesn't matter, all the numbers were there, had all of 1 to 26, so no problems. The drills are what I expected again from a budget company. they have this little dimple in the middle of the base. I always feel that if the base is totally flat, it's better because it gives more adhesion to the glue, but I have done quite a few with these ones with the dimple, and the drills haven't fallen off, so it really doesn't make any difference. They aren't resin drills. Resin drills are more sparkly, more shiny, but it tends to be the more expensive kits that use the resin. So not as shiny as resin drills, but they still sparkle. I have quite a few of the budget ones that I have hanging up, and when I walk past they look absolutely fine. So it isn't really anything to worry about. They shouldn't look dull. They have various facets on them, like it's not just a little dome, it has all these little edges, and that's what causes the reflections. And because the edges are all sitting at different angles, that's what causes the sparkle. And even these drills will sparkle. Maybe not quite as much as the resin drills, but it'll look absolutely fine. So yeah, quite a nice one. One thing worth mentioning is it is advertised as a 30 by 40, so 30 centimeters across, 40 centimeters down. That isn't actually the size of the picture. 30 by 40 in this case is the size of the canvas, so that includes the borders, which are pretty wide. The actual size of the picture is, I wrote it down, 24 by 34, so it's actually 6 centimeters smaller than it says, which can be important if you're thinking about putting it in a frame, or if you're looking for a space to put the picture in. Maybe you have a small space and you think, oh, I would like to put a diamond painting up there, and you see this and it says 30 by 40, so you're thinking, right, okay, I need a space at least 30 centimeters wide, and it's maybe 28, and you think, well, it won't fit there. It actually will, because it's 24. This is something that you're never sure. Some companies advertise the actual print size, and some companies advertise the full canvas size. So that's something to take into account. Sometimes if you're on a website and you're looking at a picture and you look at the thumbnails, if you look through the thumbnails, you might find a picture of the actual canvas, and it might have the dimensions of the full canvas and the dimensions of the actual printed area. But again, some companies do it and some companies don't. So I just thought that was worth mentioning. You might find that you get a kit and the picture is actually a bit smaller than you thought it was. Apart from that, everything is fine. I think it's going to look really nice. So won't take too long. As I said, I think 30 by 40 is a good size for somebody who's just thinking about diamond painting, maybe not going for anything like this size or with this many colours. This one is a custom and it has 90 colours in it. This one only has 26. Yeah, 26. I keep forgetting, 26. So not a lot of chopping and changing compared to this. Nice bright colours. I think it's going to look really nice. So that was it. Another Amazon one that was just a total random because I was trying to get free shipping, as we do. So that's it. So Colourful Wolf from Amazon. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification button. If you do that, you may catch me live on YouTube Live. I do random lives, don't have set dates or times, it's just really when I can fit things in. But you can drop in, see what I'm working on, and just say hi. I'm always interested in meeting other people with this hobby. And if you're new, please feel free to drop in and ask any questions about diamond painting. If you hit the notification button, you will also get a message when a new video goes up. I do have a lot of videos, but I have quite a few still to record. I've got various diamond paintings, accessories, different things. So anything to do with diamond painting, I will talk about it. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and in the meantime, take care, be safe, and wash your hands.